My name is Matt Teske. I'm the founder and CEO of Chargeway. If you're shopping for an EV or if you own an EV, make sure to download the Chargeway mobile app. It makes it super easy for any EV you want to own. For both Android and iOS, give it a download. And I've been in the industry in automotive for about 25 years, and it's been a lot of fun seeing the evolution happen. And in every single city, I'm joined up with a partner in crime to make the EV reality check booth happen. And this time in San Francisco, it is Dario Pagani from Autel. Dario, how you doing, dude?
Yeah, I'm doing great, Matt. Thank you for having me. I've been in the industry for about a decade and super stoked to be actually hosting the stage with you. So let's get going.
Let's get this going. So our first guest today is someone who I've got a chance to get to know over the years who, as far as I'm concerned, makes the best damn e-bike on the planet. And that is, well, okay, you want to introduce yourself, Jason? Go right ahead.
Oh, no, yeah. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, it's great to be here. I'm Jason Kenagy. I head up JackRabbit Mobility. We make what's known typically, Wired coined the term for us. Wired magazine coined the term. Micro-e-bikes is what we're mostly known for, but we're here to talk about kind of the overall space, which we refer to as the small EV space.
Well, the cool thing about what you guys developed, it is one of the most simple, functional e-bikes. Again, micro e-bike, if you want to call it. Again, I think it's a great term for it. But what you have done with that is created a world of also people customize the heck out of your guys' JackRabbits. They look at it and say, okay, not only can I ride this thing, I can fold it up and take it with me in certain little places. The design of what you guys did created really kind of a culture behind e-bikes, right?
Yeah, we're kind of proud of it, frankly. You know, it's been a lot of fun, but it's been a very interesting journey. And first thing I want to make sure to say, and I'll probably say it lots of times during this, come ride a JackRabbit today.
Definitely.
We are exhibiting here in the show-off area. Got a little test course. Come ride a JackRabbit, and you'll see what we're about. But yeah, it's a really fun type of vehicle. But we built this thing for mobility, for like real transportation and mobility purposes. It's the only bike that you can really realistically take in and out of cars and walk in and outdoors. You can walk this through a small doorway, no problem. They're even legal to fly on airplanes with, which we do a lot.
Well, I was going to say, you can literally fold it up as you need to walk it with you down a narrow corridor. As we said, get in the trunk of a car. Dario, have you ever been on a JackRabbit?
I have not, but I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so right now, what Dario's going to do is jump on this one right up. No, I'm kidding. No,
yeah,
so, but what do we have
we
here?
Totally could.
We totally could.
We have a couple JackRabbits on the stage here. We have different. Dario's a pretty big guy, I'd say, yeah. But Dario will fit on our smallest bike, our OG2. The U.S. Olympic rugby team, the NFL, NHL, various sports teams, huge dudes ride our little bike, you know.
That's the best part. I've seen the photos and they love it. Why? Because it's super fun. That's the best part.
It's super fun. It handles really well, and now we've come out with a bike that Dario might look more normal on, let's say. But yeah.
I think you just sold me.
Well, so again, yeah. What do we have here next? So again, we've got the original, the OG. But what is next to you right here?
Yeah, I'll make it a little interactive, and please again come by our booth and see the bikes. All 6 of our models are on display, and you can test ride all 6 of our different models. But what I'll show you here, I'll make this stage a little bit interactive. I have our new MG platform. We have 3 different platforms in JackRabbit, kind of from small to medium to large, but still a small EV as we define it. What we have right here, and I'll kind of just roll it out here.
There you go.
It's light and maneuverable. This is the MG Doble. We have the MG Doble, and then we have the MG Renegade. This is a 750-watt, larger full bench seat bike. It goes 20 miles out of the box, and it has a few different modes on it. It has 50 miles range, and it's just a very comfortable, kind of, you can see, kind of chopper banana seat sort of style a little bit. It carries a lot. I think we rate this for 375 pounds. But this is a cargo-geared motor, and it will carry more than that as well. I've towed a total combined weight of around 500 pounds on this, and it also gets a lot of range. This has 2 of our swappable batteries in it. You can pull these in and out and replace them very easily. These batteries each get about 24 miles each, so 48 miles, so let's just say 50 miles kind of range on this.
Well, and the aesthetic of this is, that's one of the first things that jumped out at me, is one thing, you got the size, like you said, like the banana-style seat, but the fact that the batteries, again, now these just, again, they're swappable, right? You just pop them in, pop them off.
Pop them in and out, charge them in and out. There's a charge board underneath it. We sell a solar charger as well, lots of charging. We sell a 12-volt DC charger for cars. We have people who charge their JackRabbits inside their Teslas, inside their RVs, like inside their boats, you name it.
So also too is one thing that people always look at from the e-bike perspective is kind of knowledge of what an e-bike is and does, right? So yours is purely electric propelled. There's no pedaling involved.
There is no pedal on them at all. It's a topic I love to talk about, so we'll see how much we want to talk about here. I can go on forever about that.
I think people always make that assumption like, oh, it's an e-bike, therefore I have to pedal it. But what you guys have is generally it's got the foot pedals, but literally you sit down, boom, you're off. That's what it is.
Yeah, you certainly can. A lot of e-bikes have what we refer to as ornamental pedals. You know,
they're so cute.
Yeah, they're pedals in concept and theory, but no one ever pedals them, right? You know, so we like to say we're the only honest ones out here, kind of, right? You know, so
right.
This bike is regulated. Our bikes are all regulated and treated as scooters, and when I say scooters, I mean like stand-up scooters that you typically see in a small-wheeled form factor, but that's how we are by New York law, by California law, et cetera.
So on paper, this is akin to like again a typical scooter you might like use and rent like on like a Lime or something like that, right?
Like a stand-up scooter.
That's crazy. I didn't know that was actually how you guys were again how this was treated on paper by as policymakers.
I mean, and it makes sense if you like and. You know, like laws are laws. You know, we're all kind of breaking new ground here. It's been a lot of fun being a part of this industry of breaking new ground. We're making new inventions, you know, and you know, we have all these artifacts that have been out here for a long time. They're all good. They're all fit within this small EV community, we feel like. But you know, like when you really think about it, e-bicycles, you know, it's like an artifact, a bicycle that's been around for a couple centuries, right? And then you throw a motor on it. I mean, that is an inventive step. You know, throwing a motor on. There's lots of other little inventions there. Same thing with scooters. You know, like in the 50s, there was like little, you know, like push scooter sort of type things. Throw a motor on that.
The future, man. I know what happens.
Yeah, and then
and that's how the skateboard was invented, right?
And this is a different type of invention. Our bikes are a different type of invention. It's a hybrid. It also builds on artifacts, but there's several inventive elements here, you know, as well. It has kind of all the benefits of a full-size bike, and we love full-size bikes. We just say kind of like, sometimes they're overkill, and sometimes they're not suitable for the rider demographics and real transportation needs. And on the other side, you know, like stand-up small-wheeled scooters, lots of people ride them. They're part of the community. They're totally legit. I think that stand-up scooters, electric scooters, are unfairly discriminated against, actually. You know, I do think that sometimes the bicycle industry pushes a little, I'll call it virtue signaling a little bit with pedaling, but no one pedals,
right,
actually.
Well,
right?
that's exactly what you're saying. Yeah. It's just almost there. It's performative. It's not really actually happening.
And people need to get around, you know, and so like there's walking and there's cars, and then in between there's all these types of vehicles, and so you need a whole collection of different types of vehicles between there.
And so again, one thing that was always the big selling point for the OG was again, it's compact, it's portable, things of that nature. Is this adjustable in the same way for the MG, or is it more so it really is just kind of a stationary bike in the sense of it can't really adjust?
It's a great, thank you for asking. All our bikes are highly modifiable, highly accessorizable.
Okay.
This bike is as well. We're coming out the door with two versions of this bike. They have several attach points on them. So yes, you can fully modify these things. There's a couple companies that sell aftermarket modifications, even to the powertrain system that will void your warranty. But it's right. America. Just like in the car industry, there are aftermarket car mods. You know, there's a big show as well out there for aftermarket car mods.
I was going to say the SEMA show has been around for ages.
Yeah, and I mean the anti-lock brakes, the seatbelt. You know, were kind of introduced at SEMA. You know, right, and then the car OEMs discovered them, kind of, right? You know, so we love customization, we love personalization, and we have it all across the board. Swing by like the show-off stage and the show-off area of the show, and you'll see like painted, wildly kind of imaginative jackrabbits and stuff like that. And you'll also see very practical jackrabbits that are out there as well. People use jackrabbits like in all kinds of wild ways. Google uses jackrabbits. Amazon uses jackrabbits. And when I say Google and Amazon, I'm saying like their engineering organization uses jackrabbits, you know, right? So, yeah.
Well, and Dario, I mean, you're based here in the Bay Area, so a lot of what we're talking about, again, just on a day-to-day life, you work and live in the industry, But you have to be seeing a lot of what he's describing on a day-to-day basis as well, even where you live, right?
Oh, absolutely. Especially the community where I live in, lots of people get around with, last mile type of transportation, e-bikes, e-scooters, golf carts, you name it. There's a little bit of everything. One thing I wanted to ask you, I wanted to stay on the modifications. I'm a big car guy and I love modifications. So what's the coolest aftermarket modification in your book that you have seen that you're like, oh, if you buy a JackRabbit, you got to do it?
I'm betting it's not pedals.
Well, no, it's definitely not pedals.
Definitely not
but
pedals.
I won't be surprised if somebody comes out with a pedalable JackRabbit at some point.
You never
But
know.
we're kind of committed to no pedals, I think one of the ones that has just like excited the imagination that's has been just using different battery types, and because everyone loves their DIY sort of aspect, and so I gotta like give cred to Neil and Jonathan Red Rosenberg here. They've done some modifications where they wire in Milwaukee Tool batteries into JackRabbits, and
Nice.
and that has just been like you should use a battery balancer if you do that, but still they're able to wire. We're a 36 volt system, so they wire two 18 volt pluggable drill batteries into a JackRabbit, right? And so those are fun. People I love that people use them for putting studded tires on it and using them for ice fishing. This bike actually performs quite well in winter conditions. It's more of a 4-season bike because then I'll just, again, interactive
Yeah, go for it.
on the stage. When you're on a JackRabbit, you kind of have 4 on the floor. Your center of gravity is not high.
Yeah.
So you kind of have these pontoons, meaning your feet, or outriggers, meaning your feet, that you can, and a shorter wheelbase gives you more control, super
Yep.
nimble, so you can kind of skate across ice or skate across slushy roadways. They do very well. So studded tires is my personal kind of favorite as well.
Not happening in San Francisco often, but yeah.
No, for sure. I thought I was going to say sand. I mean, I'm seeing the fat tires here, so, great for the beach.
Well, so overall, we've kind of captured a lot about design methodology. What really is the core mission of what you've been building as a product for a long time. For those who are going to be riding today, those who hear this later, basic details around price point for the OG, price point for the MG.
Sure, yeah, and I'll lift up an OG. I'll bring this into the frame as well.
There you go.
This is an OG2. This weighs 25 pounds. This has our travel battery in it because again you can fly with JackRabbits. So this battery is removable. This battery that's in this bike gets you 10 miles.
Okay.
And so this is a stock OG2. This is $1,250.
Okay.
That's the price for this. We sell at a lot of dealers around the U.S. In the Bay Area, we sell at Last Mile Marin and Last Mile San Francisco on Hayes and in San Rafael at Last Mile Marin. Great dealer, great selection of vehicles. I'll just show you the battery that pulls out for folks who
Oh,
want
that's
to see.
sweet. Just one switch and boom. There you
Yeah,
go.
so this is our standard 10-mile battery. Very affordable. These batteries are $200, and so very easy to carry these. I'm headed to Burning Man after this, and at Burning Man there'll be dozens of JackRabbits and people.
Humble
bring
brag for
dozens.
going to Burning Man, but the fact that you guys are going to have a lot of representation there too, I'm sure of it.
Well, I mean, you can throw these in a car. You can fit 3 of these bikes. 3 of these bikes, they fold flat. I think I can do it one-handed.
Oh, here we go. Now this is a true test.
So one-handed, they fold flat, and you put the foot pegs up, and now at this point it's 7 inches wide, right?
Bang.
So this goes behind the front seat of any car this way, and if you take the handlebars all the way off, which is easy to do, rotate the front wheel around. 3 of these will fit in the trunk of a Tesla Model 3.
Wow.
And a Model 3 trunk is pretty tiny. I'm still doing it one-handed,
No,
as
but
you can
the
see.
one-hand demo is killer.
And again, these things are just super easy to hop on and hop off of, and yeah, so that makes sense why they're at Burning Man,
Exactly.
right? Very easy to transport these things, whether it's a boat, an RV, a Tesla Model 3, you name it.
OG's been your bread and butter forever, but now this being on market, is this available today?
So this is available today.
All right.
Yep. These just came out last week. These will be in store at Last Mile San Francisco, Last Mile Marin next week, I think, depending on how quick we get their shipment up. We're based in San Diego, so we design all these in the U.S. Our team's kind of spread around, but yeah, these are available now. And come check out all our 6 models. From the OG starts at $1,250 up to still very affordable MG Series 2500, 750 watt motor, 50 miles range. This bike weighs 52 pounds. I just want to emphasize that as well. The Renegade version of this large bike weighs 44 pounds. Every pound matters. If you're bringing a bike up a flight of stairs, you do not, I mean, day after day, you know, every pound matters. If somebody's saying they have a light e-bike, you know, we'll say, have you lifted a JackRabbit?
Right,
yet?
exactly. Yeah, it's like I don't think you know what that means yet. So, no, this is awesome. Dario, anything you want to add for what we've been talking about?
Yeah, no, thank you so much for being here. Actually, one question I wanted to ask you is that, you know, what was the eureka moment at JackRabbit as you were coming up with the concept?
Yeah, the eureka. I mean, it's been a kind of a series. I think the very first was our co-founder, this guy Tom Piskin. He's a wild man. He's just a super innovative, creative guy. He's a super triathlete, and we realized, and he realized, he was the UC San Diego triathlon coach, and all of his student athletes kept getting their bikes stolen, kind of, right, you know, and then frankly, they don't want to risk themselves on other sketchy bikes. We all come from a skateboarding, snowboarding background and everything, but if you ride a skateboard as your primary transport, you will eventually hit a rock.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And so athletes really kind of like needed something, you know, from his perspective, and so we have a huge athlete following, believe it or not, you know, and just finding this the very first JackRabbit. When I encountered it, I was working at a tech company, Qualcomm at the time, and they showed me this wild thing, and then I joined the team, and we iterated on it. But it had the foot pegs on the front fork, and a small front wheel, and a big back wheel, and I was like, this thing's crazy, right? You know, but the concept of this hybrid of the best of a stand-up scooter and the best of a bicycle, that was the ultimate eureka moment, you know, and then for, again, the specific purpose, but then just finding, like, all these niches, and if you fit niches everywhere, then you're mass market, right? And we're really for the Bay Area around here as well. I do just want to make people aware of a couple other companies and initiatives and efforts that are out there beyond our great dealers. We sell at specialized bike shops as well, and we love them as well, and a couple hundred dealers. But if you're in the Bay Area and you work for one of the tech companies around here, or other companies, lots of companies in the Bay Area, there's a service called Ride Panda. And Ride Panda works with your employee benefits, and it's a great organization, and JackRabbits are available through Ride Panda. That's how Amazon and Intuit and Amazon employees discover them, right? And so that's just another like innovation where bikes that you can bring on BART, bikes that you can throw in and out of your car. That was another eureka moment to us where we realized we got to double and triple and quadruple down.
Portability mixed in with other modes of transportation.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And that's, I'm going to say the word small EVs again, right? You know, we build small EVs, and we're kind of a pioneer in the small. We know what big EVs are. They're cars, kind of, right? And they're great.
Yeah.
We love them, you know, right? But this kind of linkage between the two primary modes of getting around, walking and riding in a car, you know, right? You know, this is, we think, is a eureka moment between there as well. So.
I know what you guys have always done with the OG. I think, again, I got to know you a couple of years ago, watching what the product was, watching how people responded to it. The fact that you are developing up into something, you know, in other product line you have, the 6 models total, but now with something like the MG, you're still sticking to the core of your mission and what you guys are as a culture for what you've built as a brand, but you're giving a little bit more flexibility for people that might have those other little wants. And overall, I think what you guys have developed out is rad. So, again, congrats on launching the MG. Everybody here that's listening, by the way, you can go ride this here at the show, yeah?
Ride a JackRabbit. Just keep on walking down. Look for the yellow tent. We have a little demo course there. Our big bikes, we can maybe stretch out in some other areas, so don't be shy. We're super friendly. If you think they're kind of like wacky looking, you know, like join the thousands of other happy riders around the country and take a JackRabbit for a spin, and we think you'll see what we mean.
Awesome. Well, Jason, thank you for joining us again. For those listening here, this is the EV Reality Check booth. It is powered by GreenCars.com. We're going to be here all day talking to people that are from the industry, making the industry happen, both big and small. So, Jason from JackRabbit, thanks for coming by, dude.
Thank you, and thanks, Matt. Thanks, Dario. Thanks, Electrify. I mean, you guys are just kind of continuing to lead us through through the mist and through the forest, you know, bringing folks better transportation solutions, and that's just kind of like a better mix. And kudos to BJ and the entire team.
It keeps growing every year, and the mix keeps growing every year too. So for those who are waiting, we got some more conversations coming up. Jason, thanks again.